Hi guys. Okay, so I'm gonna get this video out to you before we start a project. What? All right, so today guys, what we are going to do is our setup for our WPAP project. All right, now WPAP stands for Web Does Pop Art Portrait. And it is named after Webda Radul Rashid, who came up with the movement in the 1990s. All right, and it became super popular and super famous, and everyone's doing a WPAP, and there's forums and all kinds of fan arts, and everyone's doing it, so it's time for you to do it. All right, here we go. So we're gonna go ahead and I need to switch. There we go, switching my camera. And, oh, hey, Lexi, there's your little, we can move that out of the way. Okay, we're going to start off, of course, with our very good friend, Adobe Indesign. And wait a year and a half for it to open like it does. All right, here we go. Did I just say Adobe Indesign? I mean Illustrator. I don't know what I said. I don't remember. Okay. So let's start here. I want these images that we're going to do. That's pretty. Okay. What's my problem? These images, guys, that we're going to do, I want them to be able to be like big. So let's start out by making a new file. And let's start it big. All right, so we want to be able to print. That is going to be very important because I like printing these. And we are going to do a custom size. So let's go to like inches. And let's make them like, ooh. Let's make them even bigger. Let's make these like 4 feet. So let's type in 4FT for feet. I'm getting distracted by my hair, I'm sorry. Okay, 4 feet, and by 4 feet, and like legit, whatever, look at, you see how it converts that and we don't have to math? Isn't technology great? All right, let's see, whichever orientation you want, we'll just like adjust it based on the picture that we want to use, okay? Should we have a bleed? Let's not do a bleed. You guys don't know what that is yet, and you don't learn until next year, so there's no reason. Advanced options, okay? Always, my friends, we want to make sure we are in Cmyk color mode. Why? Because our printer is Cmyk color mode, and most printers are. I think all printers are. RGB, okay, just for information's sake, is web-based color, red, green, blue. And yeah, we don't print in that. We print in Cmyk, which is cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. So we want to make sure we're using that. All right, next is going to be our raster effect. Our raster effect is how many pixels, itty bitty little pixels, there are in every single little itty bitty inch. And so when it has 300 ppi, that means there are 300 pixels in every single itty bitty inch. Can you see me? I can see you. All right. That's a lot. Preview mode, we're just going to do default, nothing fancy there. And we're going to create. Boop. And it looks pretty normal. My face just like lit up because that screen is bright white in front of me. Okay, so lovely. Now we need to move in our reference image. What am I doing with my camera? I'm so sorry. All right, we need to move in our reference image. So find a high definition picture online. You guys should already have done this with your assignment, but if you're a naughty child and you haven't done that yet, I'll go through and I'll just show you how to do it. So first of all, think about the person or celebrity or object or thing or animal that you want to obsessively study for an entire month. Yes, I want to obsessively study this for an entire month. Ooh, wait, I might need to pick something else. Mrs. Poor might start getting a little inappropriate. Let's see. I think I can handle it. Oh! Yep. We got to do this. Oh, I'm totally like getting distracted, by the way. All right, so Mrs. Poor is not going. Why am I talking to in the third person like this? I am not going to be able to pick this particular beautiful picture. Why? Because the screen resolution, it's too low. Okay, we need to find an image with a screen resolution of at least 1000 by 700, or if it's the other way around, 700 by 1000. Okay, we need at least that in order for it to be high definition, or else when we move it into the computer, it's just going to be pixel garbage. It's going to be terrible. So that one's not going to work. So sad. So let's limit our search a little bit and make this a little easier on ourselves. Okay, let's do this instead. Making sure that you are in the image tab for Google. We're going to go over here on the right hand side where it says tools, and if you click that, you get more options. So I'm going to click on this one that says size, and then I'm going to pick, instead of any size, I'm going to pick large. So that'll give me bigger images that have a higher resolution to them. Okay, and you can go ahead and see what we like. Ooh, hello. Yes, perfect. All right, although he's giving like a really weird look. Will we do this or not? No. Oh, hello. Nope, it's not big enough. Hello. Anyone else creeped out right now? I'm creeping myself out. This is why I gave you extra time. Because if you're like me, it's going to take a while. Okay, so this one, notice how it is 1200 by 675. That is, it's not quite 700, but it's kind of close. And the other one is, you know, it's like a little over. So we'll do this one. Okay, so I'm going to right click on the image. And then I'm going to go to Save Image As. Don't save the link. That's not going to help us. Save Image As. Okay? And don't copy image. I see you. Save Image As. All right, we're going to save it. And wherever the heck you organize your files. I don't organize mine, so I'm just going to put it on the desktop. And I'm going to do like WPAP reference, just because I want to find it easier when I go and start using it. Notice the format. That's not gonna work. That's Google's WebP. Nope, that's not gonna work. So I need to click on the image and let's see, try to find this image. Okay, here we go. Now I'm gonna right click this and what the heck? Okay, how about all files? I'm not gonna be able to use this because it's not a JPEG. So they saved it and made it so I cannot do beautiful Chris Hemsworth as my project. Oh, yes, he's looking good there. Okay, let's see. Do we have another option here? Right click, save images. Ha ha ha! JPEG format. Win. All right. So Chris Hemsworth, I'm going to put it on my desktop or wherever on earth you save your files and hit save. Okay, now it is saved. Now we are done with our web search. What we're going to do now to move in a file, just like we did in Illustrator Practice 1, is we're going to go up to File, and then just about halfway down, we're going to go to Place, because we're going to place a file. Okay? When I click that, it comes up with all the stuff I have. I know that I put my file in my desktop, and I know that it is named, I think it's Chris_Hemsworth. Here it is. Click. There we go. You can also see there's my resolution. Oh, RGB color. Oh well, I think we'll be okay. I'm scared. And it is attached to my mouse, so I'm just going to click and drag it out across those 4 feet of space. Okay, we made 4 feet. That's pretty big. Wide, and we made 4 feet high. All right, so I'm just going to use that 4 feet as whatever the biggest dimension is. And by the way, to deselect, I'm just clicking in this blank gray space. All right, now I want my artboard to fit my picture. So I'm gonna go to the artboard tool over here on the bottom left. I'm gonna click that, and then I'm just gonna shrink it so it fits. Okay, and then I wanna make sure I deselect the artboard tool. If I do not deselect the artboard tool, I just keep making more artboards, and that's not helpful. So I'm gonna go to the regular selection tool to deselect. Okay, layer time. Layers. We're gonna go to our layers panel. If your layers panel is not out, you can find it by going Window and Layers. Okay, we are going to lock this layer so it's nice and protected and I can't move it and screw it up. And then we're gonna go down here on the bottom of the layer panel. Mine looks like a piece of paper. Yours looks like a square with like a little plus. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and click that. And there you go, I have new layer. So I'm going to reference my old layer. I'm gonna call it reference image, just so I, can keep it clear when I'm doing 9 million things. And then this next one is, let's see, I think I might make the cape like one layer, I might make the head another layer, the body another layer, maybe the hammer and the arm another layer. Think about how you kind of want to break everything down. You can also break it down the way we broke down the last project, where you have a foreground, a middle ground, and a background. I think I'll start there. All right, so boop, boop, 2 more layers, background. Remember, background goes on bottom because everything that's higher up is going to be closer to the front. Okay, this one's going to be middle ground. And this one is going to be my foreground. I don't think that's how you spell foreground. Sure. All right. Now that we have our picture selected, we need to do another step. We need to find out, what color scheme are we going to do? We can do all different crazy kind of wackadoo color schemes. We can do whatever we want. We can make it all like fancy and different. Or we can even make everything monochromatic and black and white. We could make everything the colors it is now. That's a little boring. So let's go and play with some color schemes. And a really good website that I like to use to do that with is color.adobe.com. Color, yep, you can see it already is there, .adobe.com. I love this website when it comes to finding colors, exploring colors, whatever. They have all different kinds of cool things that you can use on this site. All right, I'm going to shrink it out for you, and you can see there are different palettes that you can choose from. Woo, that got bright. There are different types of, let's see, we had that little menu up. Where did it go? Let's see, my color mode, I want it to be Cmyk. Notice how that changes the values just a tiny bit. And I think I am going to explore some color options. Okay, let's see, where's my explore button? There's like a little thing hiding right here. There we go. Did you see that? It was hiding from me. I'm going to go to explore. And then up here, I've got a search bar. Ooh, those colors are pretty. And I'm going to search, let's see, maybe colors inspired by battle. Are you typing anything? Battle. Let's see what comes up. Not many of these are battle inspired, but ooh, like here's one. That's kind of battle-y. But I think I kind of want, like I want some reds, but then I want some other colors that aren't really, ooh, I'm kind of interested in this. And I'm really interested in this one. Let's see, and we can kind of go through and just play and explore with what color palette you think you want to make your piece in. Yeah, I'm kind of liking this. Ooh. All right, I think I might kind of stick with like a monochromatic, all bright orangey, caution-y thing. I might decide I hate it. So you guys can see there's a couple things going on here. We have the 5 different colors that came with this color scheme. And then you'll notice right here, there's a little hex code. Right? Do you see that going on and off? There's a little hex code there, and it has a series of numbers and letters. This hex code, if I click copy, directly correlates in Adobe Illustrator. Okay, if I go here and I make like a little color and I use my color picker, I can actually copy and paste that hex code in. Boom, there's that color. So that's kind of nice. All right, so we can just go right ahead and steal those colors. What we're going to want to have, once you select the color palette you want, you can do a couple different things. Number one is you can download your color palette as a JPEG. All right, and I'm just going to keep it on my desktop, and I'm going to hit save. What does ASE mean? I feel like I can move that into Adobe Illustrator, but I'm scared. Let's just do the picture. Shh, don't tell. Okay. I can also copy all the rest of them. Okay. So I'm going to go back into Adobe Illustrator, and I'm going to make another rectangle, and I'm going to go back to my color picker down here, double click, and this time I'm going to paste in that color, and I'm going to hit OK. And there you go. There's my other color. All right, so I got two. Now, swatches, okay? This is going to be really annoying if we're working on this and we have square, 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 square all over the dang place. It's going to be super annoying. It's going to get in our way, and eventually we're going to get kind of confused and lost. So we're going to do some custom color swatches, okay? We are usually working in the essentials. If you would like to, you can also change this to painting. Look at all the pretty colors. Oh. Okay. So in color, you have this entire rainbow of colors that you want to work with. Maybe you don't want to pick a color palette. You want to be like a little bit more random and stuff. Granted, that's really hard to do. Good luck with that. If you choose to do that, I would definitely do a color palette. All right. But right here in our swatches panel, we can set up our own custom color palette. Okay, so I'm going to make a new swatch. So you can see right here, I got a little button. It's next to the trash can, just like it is in our layers panel, where I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to get a new swatch. All right, here I can put in the Cmyk color values. Let's see, I already have that hex code selected because that's the object, and then I'm going to hit OK, and I got my new color swatch. Okay, then I can click on this one, and again, new color swatch, OK, and there we go. All right. Notice how nice it is that when I click on this, it gives me an entire what's called tint ramp. So I can pick any of these colors, any variation between white to the vibrancy of the original color. Oh, so nice. Okay. Next, let's go back, and I'm just going to use this rectangle. Why not? And I'm going to go and pull the rest of the colors from my color swatch. All right, so copy. All I did to copy was I just clicked on the button that says copy. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to Adobe Illustrator. I'm going to go back to my color picker on the bottom, double click, and then it's already highlighted. I'm just going to Control V to paste it in, hit OK. There we go. And then again, I'm going to go down here, make new swatch. Boom. Yes. Click. There it is. Swatches. There it is. You see that? Boom, boom, boom. Lovely. All right, I'm going to go do it again because I got two more colors that I need to steal. Back to Google Chrome, steal this color, back to Adobe Illustrator, back to the color picker, paste, OK. And here's my color, new color swatch. I clicked here, by the way, in case I'm going way too fast. And then OK. Swatches, there it is. Okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 so far. And I need one more. So I'm going to go again, one last time, back to Google Chrome, clicking on my color swatch, back to Adobe, and again, hitting on the new swatch button, click, OK. And there it is in my swatches. Now, Very, very lovely, very, very helpful. I have my original color and I have all different variations of my color going all the way to white. That's nice. But how about the other end of the spectrum? I need my colors going all the way to black too, because I want full range of colors. If I am only working with 5 different colors and I'm blocking them everywhere, I'm not going to get any depth. I'm not going to get any highlight. It's going to be very flat and kind of ugly, to tell you the truth. So we need to make dark variations of these colors as well. All right, so one way to do that is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete that rectangle, and I'm just going to keep this one. All right, and I'm going to make a copy of it. Okay, and remember, to make a copy, you just select the object you want to copy, you hold down Alt or Option, drag it over, and I also held down Shift so it moved in a straight line. Okay, and what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to make sure, click, that this is that vibrancy color I want. This one, I'm going to double click down here on the color picker, and I'm going to choose a really dark version of this color. I'm not going to pick black. I'm not just going to go to my swatches and randomly pick a black. Okay, and I'll tell you why. If you pick just this random black, this might not be a black that is created by adding dark to this same hue. All right, this might be a bluish black or a reddish black or a purple black. We don't know. Granted, it's like black is black, but when you start lightening it up, it might have like some kind of yucky gray quality to it because we didn't stick within our color's hue family line. Does that make sense? All right, so here's the color, and I'm gonna go just all the way down. I'm gonna pick something like really nice and dark and deep, and then I'm gonna hit OK. All right, and I can even save this color too. All right, boop, boop, and there's that color. That's not very helpful. But I can save that one too, because that'll be my darkest color. Notice how I moved it next to my original color. Okay, that'll come in handy. Now what I'm going to do is I want all of the different variations between this yellow color and this black color. How do I do that? I want it just like this that I can pick from. Okay, so if I go to the blend tool, hotkey is W. It looks like a square with 2 little circles. All right, I'm going to click there, and then now my tool has changed. I'm just going to click on the yellow, boop, and then nothing happened. It's okay, don't worry, nothing's happening. And then I'm going to go click on the black, boop, and something happened. Okay, pretty cool. Now, this is the part where I always screw this up. Wait, this isn't the part I screw stuff up yet. All right, so next we are going to go to Object, and then we're going to go to Blend, and then we're going to go to our blend options. Okay, it is one nice kind of smooth color. Doesn't really look smooth on my screen, but that's because I'm a Dorcas that has a black stroke on this right now. And instead of smooth color, I'm going to select specified steps. I want to be able to see multiple steps of this yellow color turning into a black color. Okay, so I'm going to do specified steps, and I'm definitely not going to do 217 because that's ridiculous. Maybe I'm going to do like 12. 12 might even be a little extra, but you know what? I'm extra. And I can preview it just to see if that's what I want. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm not going to lie. Maybe I'll do 10. Yeah, maybe I'll do 10. And then I'm going to hit OK. Now, this is the part where I almost always screw up. In theory, okay, in theory, I should be able to take this and make a new swatch. Notice how new swatch is grayed out. And it should just go and make me new swatches. So I'm going to try and go into the pancake. And I'm going to go here to add selected colors. Pray for me. Nothing happened. Woohoo! Okay. Expand. And now add selected colors. I'm smarter. That was kind of creepy. I'm sorry. All right. So I'm going to get rid of that black because I ended up not needing it. Go away, black. Okay. And now you can see I have black all the way to that original color that I made. And then, of course, when I click on that color, I can also pick like any of these lighter versions of the color. Okay. So let's play. Now, let's do the same thing, but with the lighter side of the scale. Yes, we have access to this, but it might get a little funky, and maybe you want to just continue that color palette so that you have colors there ready to pick from. Okay? You have this, it's available to you, you can play with it whenever you want, and then here are your darker colors. Some people do not like their darker colors being down here and their lighter colors being up here. So if that bothers you, I don't personally care, but it bothers some people. If that bothers you, let's do the rectangle thing again. Okay, so we're going to make a rectangle, and we are going to fill it with this nice vibrant color. And again, we're going to make a copy. So we're going to hold down Alt or Option, and we're going to drag it over. I'm holding down Shift as well so that it goes in a straight line. And this one I'm going to make white. Remember, we need to go back to our color picker and back to this color palette so we don't get some random white. And I'm going to pick on like, that's whitish, and I'm going to hit OK. All right. Now, in order to get my stepped gradient here, I'm going to go back down to my blend tool, hotkey W. And again, remember, it's the one that looks like a little square with two circles. I'm going to click on the yellow color, boop, and nothing happens, don't freak out. And then I'm going to click on the white, boop, and there you go. I have a lovely gradient. I'm going to go up to Object. This is the part everyone always forgets. Go up to Object. Then we're going to go to Blend, and then Blend Options. There we go. Instead of smooth color, we're going to change it to specified steps. And just like the last one, we're going to do 10 and preview it to make sure we like that. All right. Then we're going to go ahead and hit OK. Also keep in mind, if you want more variations, like do it. Okay. Now I'm going to go to Object. And because it didn't work last time when I just tried to move it over, I'm going to expand the shape. What expand means is I'm taking it from being this one long shape that has 10 variations, and I'm changing it into, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm turning it into like 12 separate individual shapes of different colors. Okay, so by expanding it, I'm taking the shape from what it is right now, and I'm expanding it into multiple shapes, if that makes sense. Okay, so expand, boop. And object, fill, stroke, yes, expand it all. All right, and now you can see they're individual shapes. I can actually move them now individually and like move them around the screen, and they'll be separate from one another. So with them still selected, very important, I am going to go over here to my pancake, okay, because you'll notice the add swatches, new swatches is not available for me. So I'm going to go to my pancake, and I'm going to go to add selected colors. This works because it's selected right now. If it's not selected for you and you try add selected colors, it's going to be grayed out. All right, so click, boop, and there they are. It's magical, but they're backwards, and that annoys me. So because I'm a little OCD, I'm going to rearrange them. Boop. Oh, it's getting a little harder to tell which one's which. Yeah, that looks right to me. Okay, so now I have my color all the way from black to the really nice vibrant yellow that we started with, all the way to white. Okay, lovely variation of color. We want that. Now we're going to do that with each of the colors we chose from our color palette. And now if you want your original color palette to be more than the 5 standard colors, do it. do it. Okay, next I'm going to play, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all these extra shapes because I don't need them. Go away. And I'm going to do the same thing with this kind of orangey color that I have now. Oop, orangey color. Okay, so same thing, I'm going to make a dark version. I'm going to hold down Alt, click and drag, hold down Shift as well so it moves in a straight line. That is so not important, but you know, it bothers me when it's crooked. And then I'm going to double click on the color picker. I do believe I could also click here and have the same outcome. Yeah, so, you know, whichever way you like using it. And I'm going to pick a nice dark version of this. Boop. And okay. I'm going to go to my blend tool, click, click, object, blend, blend options, specified steps, gonna make 10, preview it, make sure I like it. I want 12 on this one. Ooh. And I just want 12 because I liked the idea of some of the richer oranges and some of these more vibrant oranges before like it gets all the way, you know, I don't know. I just liked that. I'm gonna hit OK. And then object expand. Hit OK. Make sure they're all checked. And then hamburger or pancake, whatever reminds you of whatever this icon is. And add selected colors. Boop. There they are. Lovely. All right, same deal. I'm going to get rid of these. And I'm going to make my rectangles. Rectangle. Hold down Alt. Make my copy. Hold down Shift so that they go in a straight line. I'm going to click on that original orange color. There it is. And I also have it over there. Oh. How are they two different orange colors right now? Ooh, it's a good thing I kept my original, huh? I'm going to move this one right there. Okay. So here's my original orange. And let's make this one white. Yes, I do realize I am doing it backwards from the last time. It shouldn't really matter. Shoot, I messed it up. Okay, click here, double click here, and I'm going to try and go straight across so I can get the same version of that color but white. Hit OK. Use blend. Click. Click. Object. Same deal. Same thing as the last two steps. Blend. Blend options. Change smooth color to specified steps. And I want like 10. Preview. I'm happy with that. If I had a lot more like lighter things happening in my picture, I might want a lot more lighter shades, but since I really don't, I think that's good. I'm gonna hit OK. Again, what's next? You tell me. It's expand. All right, we're gonna expand it. We're gonna hit OK. We're gonna go to the pancake and we're gonna hit add selected colors. Bam. Do you see now why I did it backwards? Yeah, baby, because now I don't have to rearrange anything. I'm so smart. Sorry. All right, next color. My next color is this rusty orange. So I'm going to go ahead, take this rusty orange, pop it down here. I'm going to make a rectangle with it. Lovely. And then I'm going to hold down, B, regular selection tool. I'm going to hold down Alt, drag it over. There we go. Make this one a black version of the same color, double click, and try and go straight down to get myself a really nice dark version of this color. Hit OK. There we go. Go to my blend tool, hotkey W, click, click, and then object, blend, blend options, smooth color to specified steps. We're getting used to this now, right? I'm going to do 10 and see what that looks like. I think I want to do 12 of this one too. Yeah, I'm an overachiever. Let's do it. Hit OK. Go back to object and this time expand because we're going to make this stepped gradient now a whole bunch of different squares. Expand. Object, fill, and stroke are all checked. I'm gonna hit OK. Now they're all separate shapes. It looks weird right now because they're overlapping. Don't worry about it. All right, it's because I made a bigger square. And again, going to the pancake. And then again, add selected colors. Ba-bam! There they are. I'm going to take the first one that I used and put it on the bottom here. All right, and now we're going to do the same deal that we did last time. This time we're going to make it backwards, remember, because we want them to line up all pretty. So I'm going to put my white one here. Obviously, it's not white yet. That's okay. And I'm going to put the other one here. This one is going to be my orange. This one, I'm going to make my orange, double click, and I'm going to do the lightest version possible of that orange. Okay, that looks very gray, and I don't like that. I'm going to make it more vibrant. Okay, now I'm going to go to blend and click, click. There we go. Object, blend, blend options, specified distance, and 10. Preview. Do you like 10? Do you want more? I like 10. Okay. Again, object, expand. All the things are checked. Hit OK. Notice how some are overlapping. Don't worry about it. We're going to go back over here to our swatches panel with the pancake. Back to add selected colors. Click. They're all there lined up all pretty. Now we're going to do that with each color. All right, every single color gets the same treatment, so we're building this really nice color palette up. Okay. So go ahead, and if you're working on yours, feel free to build your palette with me. Oh, yeah, and I should have said this. Do you see, guys, how I can, like, grab the side of this, and I can pull it out? Gosh. So, cause I like the way it's, like, dark and light, you know? You know what I mean? You can also do a new folder, and it comes out looking like this, and I can make it better and hit OK. And then I can actually take all of my colors and I can move them in here if I wanted to. But I don't really care. I'm pretty happy with how it looks, so I'm not going to do that. But you can if you'd like to, if you'd like it all to be in one folder. I just kind of want to be able to see the different color variations all together, you know what I mean? I want to be able to see like all my darks and lights. So you can arrange that however it works best for you. I kind of like it with like all these darks over here and the lights over here. There's granted a couple that are like jumping to the side, but I'm okay with that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and continue my colors. I have this other rusty kind of color here. So again, I'm going to use a rectangle and make sure that it's filled with that color, which it is. Copy. And this one, I'm going to double click and make a really dark version of that color. Hit OK. Go to my blend tool. Click, click. Go to Object, Blend, Blend Options, Specified Steps. I've seemed to be liking 12 with the darker colors, so I'm going to do that. I'm not going to lie, I kind of want 10. There's really no reason. I'm just guessing that I would like 10. You know, there's no mathematical, logical thing that I know that you don't know. I'm making an educated guess. And then I'm going to go to expand, hit OK, go to my pancake on my swatches panel, add selected colors. Ah, they are beautiful. All right, I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Oh, no, I'm deleting the wrong screen. I'm getting distracted on what screen I'm working with. All right, I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Again, more rectangles. You're a champ at making rectangles now, aren't you? And we're going to fill it with that rusty color we've been working with. I'm going to put that rusty color down here so I don't get lost. And then I'm going to now make the lighter version. So I've actually got to move this over here, make my copy. I guess I could have done that the other way, huh? And this one now, this one's going to be white. So I'm going to double click. And I'm going to go straight over, and I do not like how gray that is, so I'm going to go up a bit, hit OK, blend tool, click, click, Object, blend, blend options, specified steps. Are you getting tired of these steps yet? And maybe this time I'll do 12. Yeah, I'm feeling 12 there. And then hit OK. Then we got to expand. Ooh, I almost forgot. OK, pancake, add selected colors. They're backwards. No. Oh, man. I'm going to go ahead and line them up. Do, 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 do. Why did it work so perfectly like 3 other times and this time it didn't work? It's because I probably got too comfortable and cocky with it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, there we go. I got those pretty variations of color. There is another rusty orange one. You know what? This rusty orange one like really looks like it's the same color. I'm just saying. But I'm going to go ahead and continue it until I get the lovely palette that I like. I really do feel like this rusty orange is the exact same color. What do you guys think? It is the exact same color. Okay, I'm going to delete this one. We don't need that. So I have my yellow, my orange, my rusty, and then my darker rusty, and then I have like this blackish. And notice how this black is kind of like blackish brownish. Like there's a very slight kind of brownish kind of tone to it. All right, so I'm going to use that, again, making a rectangle and making it that color that I want. Going to the selection tool, holding down Alt or Option to move it over. And then this time, double clicking, I'm going to make a darker version. This is not very exciting because it's like, boop, 1 inch lower. Hit OK. And then we're going to go to blend, click, click, object, blend, blend options, specified steps, and I think 10 is going to be way too much. Yeah, they all look the same to me. Maybe 5. They all look the same to me. I don't know about you guys, they look the same to me. 3. Maybe when they're closer together, they'll look similar. I don't know. Object expand, OK, pancake, add selected colors. They look the same to me. I'm not going to lie. All right. Delete that. Make a rectangle with that black color and hold down Option, make a copy, double click on the color. Let's make a really light white version. OK. And then we're going to go to our blend tool, hotkey W, click, click, and now we're seeing the color variation. Okay. And then again, blend, blend options, specified steps. This time, you know what? I think I want like 20. Let's see. I could see these being very useful. Maybe 18. The reason I'm picking different numbers is I don't want too many of the colors to look too similar. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to see some difference there, and so that's why I'm picking it like that. I'm pretty happy with 17. Okay, then I'm gonna go to Object and Expand so they become individual squares, and then I'm going to go again. Whoops, I clicked on the wrong thing. This pancake, not that pancake. I'm gonna click here. Add selected colors. There they are. They're all backwards. I didn't do them backwards. And then I'm just going to line them up. And that, my friends, is my color palette. All right. Everything is set up. Everything looks so nice. And then we can start creating. After I move 500 color palette pieces. Exciting content. Yay! All right, color palette. Voila. That is all you need. You can go ahead and get rid of this because you're not going to care. You're not going to want it. All right. Now, if you were one of my artists that spend the entire last project working on nothing but the paintbrush tool, you're going to get much more used to our friend, the pen tool. All right. One of the interesting things, oh, look at how pixely that is. Oh, this might be a bad idea. One of the most important things when you're working on a WPAP is you need to facet your work. Okay, what that means is, take for example the human face. We do not really have any sharp angles. We have very curved angles on our face. There aren't any facets or like cuts like you would see in like the face of a diamond, for example, where it's like flat. Everything on our face curves. So what we want to do in that case is we want to kind of flip it, and we want to imagine facets of areas that are normally rounded. Okay, so one way that I think is the easiest is first finding what is the brightest part of my artwork. And right now I'm not looking at the whole artwork. I'm just looking at the face, which is an artwork. Okay. So the lightest part of this face, I'm not worried about the hair. That's a whole new story. The lightest part of the face is probably right here on this cheekbone. You can see that is where the light is hitting the most, and it is making the brightest color. Then next to it is probably this area here, and then this area here, and maybe a little bit right here and here on his ear, and then the next lightest spot is probably over here. All right, and then probably over here. Actually, I would say the nose before this area. So this is also an exercise in training your eye to notice very subtle changes in detail. As a graphic designer, as an artist, it's something that you want to start training your eye to do, noticing very subtle differences in shade and in color, okay, and in value, how light or dark something is. So because the lightest part of this is this area right here, that's where I'm going to start. Some people like to start with the darkest area first. Some people like to start with the lightest area first. But the people that start somewhere in the middle are the ones that end up really confused. So pick the light side or the dark side, okay? And I'm going to zoom the heck in. And if you are too zoomed in, okay, do not do this pixel by pixel, okay? Don't do that. If you think you're too zoomed in, zoom out, okay? And what I'm going to do, really rough and dirty, is I am just going to follow kind of the shape that is made from that highest highlight on his cheek, okay? We're not going to do stroke. I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to use like a preset for what I think the lightest color is, okay? Honestly, that is probably the brightest part of this entire scene, but I really don't want it pure white. I'm going to pick something maybe like a little off white. Oops, I'm on stroke. I got to make sure I'm on the fill, okay? And I'm going to pick something, yeah, that's too light. I do want it a little exaggerated. Sure. Okay, it does not have to be exact. Don't make it exact. Don't stress out as much as I'm stressing out. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to find the next lightest area, or the one that gets slightly darker, and I'm just going to kind of go through, again, rough and dirty. And I'm just making straight clicks. I am not worrying about making curves because I'm trying to make facets. I'm trying to make like sharp, pointy edges, because Webda Abdul Rashid, that his method is all like cut angles. All right. And for this one, I'm going to go a little darker, and I can even play with like the different variations of my colors to play with making something darker. So you notice how like this white can still look a little darker than this orange or this yellow. All right. I also want to think about like the vibrancy of the two colors. And then what I'm going to do, because this one is on top of the other one, I'm going to do Control, Shift, and the left bracket to send it to the back. Obviously, it's not really needing to go to the back, but I'll show you with the next one. Okay, I'm going to do now the shade going here. So I'm going to go ahead and click, 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 click. And I want this one to kind of hide behind and then come out the side here. Close the form. Ooh, very important to close the form. If you do not close the form, we're going to have colors leaking into other colors, and it's going to be a hot mess. I don't want the exact same color next to this color because it's like, it's a little boring and it's a little much. So I think I'm going to pick like a different variation of the color, but maybe something a little darker, a little lighter. And now here's where my Control, Shift, and the left bracket come in. Boop. Did you see that? It moved it to the back. Watch. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. You get it? Control, Shift, and the right bracket, the one that's really close to the forward slash, that's going to bring it forward. And the left bracket, the one that's next to the P, that's going to send it back. Okay? And I do feel like that color is just a little dark. And that one's not dark enough. Please do not obsess about it like I'm obsessing about it currently. Oh, I dig that. I don't. Let's watch me forever pick a color. All right, girl, move on. Okay. I'm going to kind of zoom out and see where the next lightest part is. It's kind of, could be arguably up here or like over here. So I'm just going to kind of go up and do that kind of rough shape. Honestly, I'm just going to keep that one yellow. Control, Shift, and left bracket to send it to the back. And now I'm going to do this part. Looks like the next in line to me. And I don't really want it to be that color anymore. I think I'm going to go for like an orange. Ooh, I dig that. Command, Shift, left bracket. All right, and you're just going to continue. You're just going to continue and kind of follow the lighter and the darker shapes. Send it to the back, and then do the next lightest color. Send it to the back. I think this one I want slightly darker. I think I'm going to play with some grays and different colors in here. Yeah. I might hate that later. We'll see. And then I kind of have this tone coming in here. And I'm just like, notice how I'm not even worried about how I finish that last shape. It's because I'm just going to send that shape to the back. So I'm not going to stress about that shape. I'm just going to send it to the back, so I'm not worried about how I finish it, okay? Again, let's see, I'm going to go and make this darker section, and it kind of comes out here. And then again, I'm just going to roughly finish that shape off to the point where I close off the shape. I'm going to send it to the back. I'm going to give it a slightly different color. And since everything is getting darker, I want to pick a color that is getting like a shade darker than what I'm working with, but not too dark. That's almost too the same, and that's almost too dark. So what I can do is double click on my fill, and I can make like a little custom version. So you see how like here, that's my original color, and I moved it just a smidgen so I could get another color. All right, so this one I want it to be a little lighter than the original color. So I'm just moving it up a little bit to make it a little lighter, hit OK. That's still too close. Let's see, let's go down just a little bit. Okay, yeah, it looks the same, doesn't it? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and continue my shapes, and I'm kind of just trying to follow just the basic shapes that I noticed the face is kind of making. And I'm zoomed out, so I can't obsess too much about what the shape really looks like. I'm zoomed in too much to make it look completely perfect. You know what I mean? Oops, wrong screen. And so you're kind of paying attention to the very subtle changes in light and dark. And for some people, guys, this is really hard to notice where the different sections of light and dark are. The more trained your eye is able to see the subtle differences, the more realistic looking your artwork is going to be, and that's going to be really exciting. So that's pretty cool to see. Okay, So you can see, like, here's my face. Right now, it sure as heck does not look like much, but it'll eventually start looking a lot more interesting, okay? And let's see, when we have class, I'll show you some other pieces that are finished. Let's see, right here with me, I've shown you guys this in class, but these are some other WPAPs I've done. Ooh, I'm so sorry about like the shine. This is a WPAP I made of Frida Kahlo. I think it would help if I took her out of her cover. Let's see. And I printed it out on our school's Cmyk printer. But yeah, so you can see all of the tiny little variations in her flowers. All of those things are different, separate little shapes, and you can see that they look so much more realistic when you have them more detailed. And then you can see some sections I made on the face are like really big and blobby. And some sections I made a lot smaller, like her eyebrows are tiny little lines that I made. All right. And then I have another one. Again, sorry about the shine. This one is of Salvador Dali. And same deal, really tiny shapes, making everything up together. With this one, I kind of stuck with a more monochromatic idea for like the blue here is all one monochromatic, one shade of blue, and then the green is all one shade of green, and then the red in the face, and then I made his eyes blue because I thought that it just popped out better, looked really cool. If you guys are in person next week, you'll actually be able to see these live, and I'll have them for you so you can see them really nice and up close. I will also try, if I can remember, to put some files of these online for those of you who are going to be online and you don't get to see them in person. Okay, so hopefully that'll help. All right, well, I hope this was helpful. In class, we're going to be going over some of the techniques and easier ways to do some problem areas. Eyes are quite interesting, and ears, very, very strange to do an ear. Hair. Hair is one thing where you could take a year and a half to WPAP hair, and we're not about that life. So if you wanna go through and do every tiny little tendril of hair, more power to you, but I'm gonna show you some shortcuts, okay? Well, I hope that this was really helpful for setting up your WPAP and kind of going ahead and getting started. And I can't wait to see you guys soon in person. And those of you that are staying online, I can't wait to work with you again and see what you guys choose for your WPAP picture. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.